Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, if I said that many times over the year. And a good morning to all you folks in Brownsville, Tennessee on 1520 AM and 95.3 FM. Jackson, Tennessee, News Talk 101.5. And for all my East Arkansas listeners, and I know we got a lot of them, whether it's in Jonesboro, Stuttgart, or wherever it might be. We're going to talk a little God's country talk now. I'm sorry, okay, Gene Smith and Dave Gabbard. No, we're going to God's country right now. I was able to over there go to my high school reunion picnic last weekend. Boy, there's a lot of old folks at that thing. You know, I mean, I didn't realize that many of them were still around.
A friend of mine went to one time. He said, "This can't be ours. All them old folks with white hair and wearing glasses." Well, come find out, he was right in there with them.
He was right in there with them. A lot of ours didn't have hair, but anyway,
yeah.
But the women did.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to talk to Randy Zellers right now. He is the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission Assistant Chief Communications. Grew up a little bit of his career here in Bartlett and also at South Haven. It's always good to have Randy on the line. A lot of stuff going on, Randy, with the commission.
Right.
Good Saturday morning first to you.
Good morning to you. Yeah, everything's going good.
Let's talk about the alligators first. You know, I just saw something online earlier this week where in North Carolina someone killed, bagged, what do you want to call it, 11-foot alligator. Inside its mouth was a 3x3 deer antlers stuck in its mouth. Huh. And I said, golly, that is amazing. And it said it had been in his mouth for a long time. But Arkansas just broke the record. 200, how many was it, Randy? A bunch of them.
We didn't break the record on size, unfortunately, but for Arkansas, we had a record harvest this year. We had 202 alligators harvested.
There you go, 202. And that's pretty amazing for a state that, and I'm assuming those permits go quickly, I guess, don't they, Randy? I mean,
they do. Well, we do a draw system for public land.
Okay.
And then what we do for private land is we actually have a quota system. So you can get if you're able to hunt on private land, if you have a landowner that's willing to let you hunt on their private land for alligators, you can buy. It's an additional $5 permit. That's all it is. And then you call in every night before you go hunting to make sure if the quota has been reached or not. And they have a set number that once that many alligators have been checked, we're done early if it is early in the season. So,
and I know you got the different zones. You got I'm looking at it right here.
We have 3 alligator zones that are open. We have 6 alligator zones total, but
That's amazing.
we have 3 that are open.
Yeah.
3 of them. And just a little thing, Arkansas is the only state in the United States that has an elk hunt and an alligator hunt. We have both an elk season and an alligator season.
That's pretty cool right there. Well, I think I'd rather go hear the elk bugle than go listen to the alligators when it comes down to it because
they sound like a motorboat when they're going through the swamp.
And you did mention October is bugling time, and I know some of my favorite places, Jasper, Ponca, all those areas over there. I know you. I guess you heard. I was at the very first Arkansas elk hunt. The guy from Michigan, I think he won with $42,500 was his bid.
Oh yeah, way back when
Joe Mosby and all of us guys were there. Yeah, and that's such a memory for me back then. But now, not only is there a season in Arkansas, Randy, but it's a tourist attraction, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, if you go to Ponca, there's only one reason to be in Ponca, and that's the elk.
That's right.
As a matter of fact, right now today we've got our youth hunt is going on.
I know it is. Yes.
It's cranking up. So I mean, it's time for the elk season to start up for those folks that were lucky enough to draw a permit for those.
And it's lucky. I keep putting in for ours over here. Dave Gabbard's listening in. He knows I put in every year. I'm probably going to get it one year, and then something happens to me before I get a chance to go over there, I'm thinking. But, again, we're talking to Randy Zellers. And not only that, Randy, but talk about my place, my favorite place, Lake Conway. We had Randy on before talking about the drawdown at Lake Conway, talking about the tag fish. Now you guys have got cash in on Conway. So what have we done here? somebody could really make some money fishing Lake Conway.
We've got, as part of the kind of the last hoorah for Lake Conway for the next 5 years, we put out 55 tagged fish in Lake Conway.
All right.
And when we started that way back in August.
Right. Yeah.
And let everybody know about it. And it was $500 if you caught one of those tagged fish and turned in the tag.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I mean, we've only had 2 or 3 of those tags even turned in so far.
Come on.
So we went ahead, we doubled the bounty on them. We said, you know what? Let's if those folks that want to get out there and do it, it's $1,000 a fish. Now you catch one of those fish. So it might be worth a drive from Memphis area.
I know it is. Oh yeah. Everybody, there's probably more people past that lake on Interstate 40 than any other place because it's right there. You see it when you go by Lake Conway. Yeah. And I was over there, like I said, at my reunion last weekend. And I stayed with my brother-in-law in Damascus, Arkansas, and went through went by Lake Conway, and it's down, but we're talking
low, isn't it?
it's low, but you're going to have to get out there. But 1,000. So how many fish were tagged? Did you say again? How many?
55. We had
50, and you've had 3 tagged
fish. We know there's at least 52 of them still out there.
Mm-hmm. So and $1,000 now. I mean, they're not all $1,000 tagged, are they? I mean,
every single one of them.
Wow!
You catch one of those tagged fish, it's not one of those that there's only one of them out there that's worth the big money. Every one of those fish, those 55 fish that we tag, the 52 that are left, every one of them is worth $1,000.
Wow.
So, what kind of fish did we tag? I mean, what assortment?
We spread it across a variety. We have, we got bluegill, we got red ear sunfish, we had black crappie, largemouth bass, channel catfish, and flathead catfish. All got tagged.
People, I'm telling you, there's lots of good ramps, there's great places to stay and eat. Lake Conway's where I caught my very first fish. I think I was 6 or 7 years old. Always been. They've done work on Lake. It is the oldest state lake, isn't it, Randy? Or is it what's
It's not the oldest. It's actually
what?
The White Oak Lake complex actually beat it by like 6 months.
Yes.
But it is still the largest state-owned lake that we have.
And
it's 6,000 acres. Was before all the siltation built in, and that's the reason why we've dropped water level.
Yes, is
to work on the dam, to fix the dam, to do a lot of renovations on the lake, and then also all that silt that's built up.
Yeah,
I've brought it up. I believe I brought it up to you before. It is basically 1 million dump truck loads worth of silt in that lake from the time it was formed. That's how much more silt is in there now.
Of course, it's formed, Plarm Creek and all the area there, and when we had the great flood from the Mississippi, brought in a lot of fish in that area, but it did have a few stumps in it. She
still got some stumps in her now. We're actually, that's one of the big things we're going to do is we're going to go through there and mark those boat lanes better and clear them out a little better.
Thank you, sir.
Make it a little bit easier to get around in there because I swear I'll bet you that's going to be the big bet is the over and under on how many lower units we're going to find at the bottom of that lake once it drains.
I've spent some time on a stump before going round and round.
Oh yeah,
yeah. When you see that, but Lake Conway is my go-to lake. And then before we let Randy go, and folks, go to the Arkansas Game and Fish website. That's agfc.com. Is that right? Or what is
That's it.
Go to that. And also, I've got all this on LarryRay.com for that because Lake Conway means so much to me. But just recently, this past week, in fact, we had a release come out from you guys. You guys do a wonderful job of publicity.
Thank you.
I wished a lot of other states did what you guys do. You do a great job, Randy, and all your staff, particularly
we got a lot of folks working at it.
Feature store. Well, you've had a lot over the years too, and really put the emphasis. And we always appreciated having Director Booth on with us on the show, and Commissioner Jones has been on the show before. But Director Booth just announced something that the first reading of 2 regulations changing concerning Arkansas game hunting and fishing license at a special virtual meeting. Tell our listeners what's that all about.
All right. Well, the first one we've introduced it's called the Natural State Lifetime Hunting and Fishing Permit. And what it is anybody that wants to get their child a lifetime hunting and fishing permit, those permits used to be $1,000.
Yes.
For anybody, doesn't matter what your age is.
Yeah.
Until you get to 65, and then at 65 plus,
I know all about that. Yeah.
But for everybody that was under 65, it was $1,000 for a lifetime hunting and fishing permit. Well, the state legislature earlier this year passed a law for it, and then we went ahead and followed suit to allow a lifetime hunting and fishing permit for anybody who was 10 and under. It only cost $500 for their parent to buy them one to get them, them started in the outdoors. And originally, it's kind of a pilot project. We're kind of feeling our way through it.
Okay.
And so there was a cap of 500 of those per fiscal year that was going to be allowed to be bought.
Okay.
And so the first thing that we changed was we went ahead and added another 500 to it. The commission went back and said 500 per fiscal year isn't enough. So they wanted to add 500 more
it's
for
1,000
the
now.
trial period.
Yeah.
So we got 1,000 per year that we're going to be able to sell.
That's amazing.
That's the first thing.
Yes.
The second thing is concerning the non-resident waterfowl hunters that come to the state and want to hunt on the WMAs that we have, the public land that we have.
Yeah.
It's no secret we've got the WMA. We've got some restrictions on our WMAs as far as the number of days their non-residents are allowed to hunt. Before, a non-resident they were only allowed to hunt for a certain set of days, 3 different sets of days that it totaled up to 30 days per year.
Right. Yes.
Well, this year, the way those days fell, for those non-residents to be able to hunt all of those 30 days, they would end up having to buy a couple more of the 5-day permits that you have to buy.
Right. Yeah.
So what the commission has done is they've gone back and said, you know what, we've got so many people that do come out here, and I mean we got non-residents that camp here all year.
I know it. I've done
all
it.
Season long.
Yeah.
So we are going to be offering a 30-day non-resident WMA permit it'll be good for all of the 30 days that non-residents are allowed to hunt.
That's a cool idea. That's a cool idea.
And it's going to be at a reduced cost. Before, for you to get the 6 5-day permits, it would have cost you $240. Wow. Now the 30-day permit, we're going to be selling that for $200. And this year, like I said, the way the days worked out, a non-resident actually probably would have had to have bought 7, maybe even 8 of those 5-day permits to get all 30 days, just the way the days of the week fell and things like that. So this way they're able to save a little bit of money when they come here. For those folks that are wanting to hunt all 30 days.
And, of course, this is all comment period, I understand, through till the commission meets.
They can send in comments through askagfc.com. And then the commission will actually be going back and voting on these after the comment period, and it'll take another special session because our next regular commission meeting will fall before that 30-day period. So October 31st is when they're planned to vote on these 2 license changes.
Well, folks, again, you can go to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission website. You can go to LarryRay.com. Randy Zellers, thank you, buddy, for being with us. Great information. We'll stay in touch. We're going to lean on you much as we can. Okay, Randy? All right?
Absolutely. Call me back anytime.
Got you. We got your number, Randy. All right.
Oh, yeah. Wear it out.
All right. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Randy.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Let's take a...
You know what the funny thing about Lake Conway is as the water gets lower?
What?
What's that?
There's some blue heron out there worth about
$3,000. Oh, Dave Gabbert, you're too much. All right. Let's take a break. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.